Hello, everyone. Happy, what are we? We are Thursday evening. Welcome to our migraine strategy session. I am Debbie Waidl, your migraine health coach specialist, here to help you learn the tools that you need to be able to actually get to the root cause of your migraines, end them for good, instead of using all those quick fixes and gadgets that you do every day to get through. I am here with a super special guest today. I have Tina with me, who is a alumni of our Freedom from Migraine Method Complete program. And Tina has so graciously offered to join us today to share her journey and let us know what her experience was like going to find her migraine freedom. So Tina, thank you so much for being here today. Really appreciate it.
I'm happy to be here.
Amazing. Oh, Valentina's on. So it looks like we are live. I was just telling Tina before we got on that today was the first day of me doing tech in a different way due to all these updates. And I was a little worried that I wasn't going to get it right. So for those of you that might have been here a couple minutes ago when we were late, that's why, because I was trying to figure tech out why Tina was being nice and patient. But anyway, Tina, can you just share a little bit about yourself so everybody knows who they're listening to today?
I'm Tina Champagne. I'm 54 years old. I am a mom of four kids. My youngest is actually 18, graduating from high school this year. So he's got a lot going on right now. I am an elementary PE teacher. This is actually my second career. I think about 14 years going now.
Wow.
I love it, but some days it's hard because they're loud and crazy and
I
stuff.
was just thinking that, like, how do you freaking do that with migraines? I mean, obviously you're good now, but how did you do that with migraines?
It was hard. I come home exhausted every day. I don't know how I did it, honestly. It was difficult.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I didn't understand, why do I have headaches all the time? And then I met you. So life is
But we're
good.
so glad that you did. And for everyone that's watching, we have so many educators that we support. So many,
That's
you
great.
know. And I think that it just has to do with the fact that when you're in education, no matter what you do, gym teacher, science teacher, counselor, principal, you have to give so much every day.
Hmm.
It gives so much, and it really doesn't leave anything left for you, does it?
No, I mean, we're accountable for a lot.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Well, let me just say thank you because I know it's a job that I would never do. But if we didn't have people like you to help mold our children, we'd have a totally different world. So thank you to you, Tina, and to everyone else that is watching who is an educator, because I see a couple of you popping on right now. Hey, Jen and Cheryl and Sheila, thanks so much for being here. Give us some love and likes. Let us know any of your questions as we go through. So let's jump in because I want to honor everyone's time. I know when we have migraines, we don't have a lot of spare time, right? Fortunately, Tina and I have a little bit more, but a lot of you watching may not. So many of the women that come to us, not only, do they have migraines, but they have other health concerns. Did you have other health concerns when you came to us, Tina?
my sleeping, I have sleep apnea, and my mom has the same thing. Just we have trouble sleeping, even with the CPAP machine. So I've really developed good sleep hygiene, but it's still going to take some time to like get to where I want to be. I know that I am sleeping a little better, but not every night is perfect.
Okay.
So
And when you were, thinking about migraines and sleep, sorry about the dog in the background if you guys can hear this. I knew this was going to happen. Everyone's coming home from work, they're walking their dogs. So Patches wants to make sure that, he scares all the dogs away. Um, did you feel that your sleep in any way, shape, or form was related to your migraines?
I think a little bit deaf for sure. Yeah, because for my sleep apnea, I stopped breathing a lot and my
Okay.
oxygen level went low. So,
Yeah. And I think a lot of women don't realize, they kind of compartmentalize their symptoms. They think, okay, I have migraines right here. They're in one bucket. Maybe I don't sleep well here. Maybe I'm, I don't know,
mm,
exhausted here, joint pain here. We kind of separate everything. And then
yeah,
everybody wants to see separate doctors for separate things, right? Um,
yeah.
so it's good to know that you kind of had that in the back of your mind that maybe the way I'm sleeping is impacting my migraines because it definitely does, right?
Yeah, yes.
So if anybody else is watching and they kind of feel the same way, let me know what you're thinking about your symptoms and how they're related because they really are. And when we work on in the Freedom from Migraine Method programs, when we work on reducing that chronic inflammation, we're actually helping everything. So when you do this, you can really get that benefit of, okay, I'm going to help my migraine and help my sleep. And you kind of just mentioned that your sleep is getting a little bit better. So can you tell us a little bit more about that, how things are going overall health-wise for you?
I've noticed like, cause I wear my Samsung watch at night and I noticed like my deep sleep is more at the beginning of the night, which I learned was better. And
Hmm.
then REM was more towards the morning or middle of the night. And then of course, how much light sleep you get too. So I see that pattern more and it's better, which
Hmm.
is, good. It's just not where I want it to be quite yet, but I'm still working. I'm not giving up.
Good for you. And it's important that you don't, because this is something that we talk about in the program. Everyone, when they join, there's different modules that we go through, different things that we focus on. And a lot of people want to work on sleep first, which makes sense, right? Because we don't sleep well. Most of us, especially when we hit that perimenopause phase, we have insomnia somewhere, whether it's we can't fall asleep, we can't stay asleep. But the thing is, when we work on all of the other areas of inflammation, all the other 5 key areas of chronic inflammation, it helps fix one of the other areas, which is sleep. So those are the total 6 together is kind of that package. And sleep just gets better and better as we get less inflamed. So do
Mhm.
you feel through the program that you've actually been reducing that inflammation?
Oh, for sure. I remember during COVID, and actually when we built this house and we've lived in it almost 5 years now. And ever since we moved out to our new home, I always often would feel like I had the flu.
Hmm.
And I got thinking, not like about a year ago, I go, this has to be inflammation. This isn't right. And I was right. And now that I'm in this program, I don't get it anymore. So
Nice.
I feel great. And I know that part helps me sleep better at night too, because I'm not achy or, things like that.
Absolutely. Oh, I love that. And who doesn't love to sleep good? I know I talk about this all the time with people like Tina and my private clients, like sleeping. That is top on my priority list. And it used to not be. It really used to not be. It was, I was that. And I think so many of us are type A personalities in this group, where we just push, 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 go, 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 take care of everyone else. I'd stay up till 11, 12, 1 to get things done. And then I'm trying to get up early in the morning. And no wonder I had
Mm.
daily migraines. No wonder I didn't feel well. But now my husband picks on me. He's like, you go to bed earlier than, than like my mother did when she was 80. I'm like, yes, but I got my 8 hours sleep and I feel great.
Yep,
It makes a difference. It makes a difference.
big
Uh,
difference.
so let's shift gears off of sleep a little. Oh, Jen is saying before I do that, definitely think your sleep habits contribute to your migraines. Absolutely. And I should just say before we shift gears a little bit, I totally understand for some of you, you're in the phase of your life where it is hard to make sleep a priority. You have a newborn baby, you have young kids that are waking you up. Totally get that. I'm not saying, oh my gosh, every single one of you, has to get 8 hours sleep and there's no excuse. I mean, I had young kids too. But I think sometimes we use that as an excuse. So we really have to think, is there something I can do to get myself to sleep earlier? Do I really need to do that load of laundry right now? Will it kill my kid if they go to school the next day with a pair of pants that weren't washed? Probably not, right? You can go to sleep, let the kid wear the jeans one more day and not worry about it. So everyone focus on your sleep. All right, so kind of shifting gears a little bit again. There goes another dog. Thank you, Patches. Um, so many women that I talk to when they're trying to decide, do I want to work through your protocol? Is this something that is going to help me? They think that there's something going on with them so that this program is not going to help and it's not going to work for them. You know, Did you think that at first, or were you like, I'm 100% in, I'm ready to go, and this is
No,
gonna,
I was totally 100%. And I never, before I started this program, I'm like, I didn't understand. There was no rhyme or reason. Why do I have these headaches? And I had all different kinds. And then I saw you and I'm like, oh man, I am in, no question.
so what was the kind of headache that you thought you had, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh,
Do you
gosh.
remember, or was
I
it?
definitely had migraines with auras.
Okay.
I've had the cluster headaches. I've had the tension headaches. What other, I don't even know all the different types if I'm even,
Yeah, and you know what? It doesn't really matter. It really
yeah.
makes no difference at the end of the day. We actually did a training on this. So if anyone's interested and they've been told by their doctor, you have X kind of migraine and it only can be taken care of this way. We did a special training on this because really a migraine is a migraine is a migraine. Now, knowing the symptoms that you're having can help us give you some band-aids to make those symptoms not impact your life while we're working on getting to the root cause. Like, for example, if someone has quote unquote vestibular migraine, well, you get dizzy. So we can do a little bit of protocol to help with that dizziness while we're getting to the root cause. But at the end of the day, we're still working through the same things. We're still working
Yeah.
on the same 6 key areas of inflammation, whether you have an aura, whether you have dizziness, or whatever other symptom. Because I think
Mhm.
that we get caught up in that, right? We get caught up
Yes.
in, oh, I need to find a vestibular group to help me, or I need to find a group of people that have auras, or they get nauseous all the time. But it doesn't really matter.
And my neurologist was never any help.
Now, I've heard that a lot this week, that, and I'm not picking on neurologists, I think they work
Yeah.
hard, a lot of training, but they have their place, right? And they're
Mhm.
not going to help you get to that root cause. I'm assuming yours was like mine, where they just wanted to prescribe medication.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, 7 different medications mine
Yep.
prescribed for me. I remember his name. I won't say it right now, but he actually never had migraines. So, and he was the top migraine specialist in my area. I'm like, I don't
Oh,
really know how you can be the top specialist when you've never felt that pain before. I don't understand, which is why we work really hard to make sure that all of our coaches that are supporting you, and like the coaches that supported Tina, they've all been through this program. They all had migraines for at least a decade, if not longer. Actually, most of them like 3 to 4 decades, because we want to make sure that they know the best way to help. So, hey, Amy and Nancy, we got a whole bunch of people keep popping on. I think this is a good time of night. Everybody's coming home from work. Everybody's getting their dinner ready. So they're listening to us in the background. If anybody has any questions for Tina, please feel free to pop them in chat right now. We are going to finish up in a moment, but even if we catch your questions when you post them later on, we'll make sure that we jump back in here and get you some help. So, Tina, you have a captive audience right now, as I just said. Is there anything that you would like to say to these ladies that really don't believe they can end their migraines, are in this group because they're looking for maybe somebody else, that's looking for help too, might give them the little magic tip? Is there
yeah.
anything you'd like to say to them right now?
Well, I mean, this group has been spectacular. It has been like my saving grace. For me, it wasn't hard to cut out sugar and do some other things, but that's just the type of person I am.
Mm.
I have lost 10 pounds already. I feel spectacular. I feel like a weight has lifted off my shoulders. I feel clear. I'm not foggy when I wake up in the morning. I'm happy. Like before, when I had migraines, I wasn't happy. My quality of life was ugh. And now I can actually live day to day happy and put a smile on my face when I see my kids walk in and actually spend time with them instead of going to the bedroom all the time. So that part has been totally awesome. I just I guess my advice would be to just be patient.
Mhm.
You have to take your time, make sure you soak in everything, read everything, do the bonus material because I really enjoyed the bonus material. And don't be too hard on yourself. That don't you're we are our own worst critic. Try not to be that way. Just keep working it and you will get there. You will.
I love how you said we are our worst critic. I read something the other day, and I know this has been around for a while, but they talk about how if we could hear the thoughts that we talk about ourselves in our heads, we would never talk that way to somebody we loved, a
Yeah,
family member, a friend. We would never say those things. And if our kids ever said those things to someone, we'd be disciplining them. But we say that to ourselves all the time. Like, oh, I screwed up, or oh my God, I ate sugar today.
yeah,
And, I think a little bit of what you're referring to, Tina, is how on coaching calls, we talk a lot about how we made a choice. When somebody says, I screwed up, I'm like, you didn't screw up. You made a choice. You chose today to do X, caused a migraine. You learned something. And next time you can make a choice. You can choose to make a different choice or the same choice. And now you know what the results are going to be if you make that choice, right? So it really is about that perspective shift, but I love it. I love how you say that. That definitely comes from an educator background. I love that. Um, Hey everybody, we have so true. Jen is saying so true. Jen, I don't remember what grade you teach. I think you're younger grades, if I'm not mistaken. Jen is an educator as well, maybe kindergarten, but that is my guess. I could be totally wrong. We take care of so many educators, but well, I thank you so much, Tina, for sharing your story today. I think yeah, I was right, kindergarten. Um, I think it's so important for everyone to see that it's not just one or two people that we're helping, that we are supporting women on a daily basis, hundreds and hundreds of women that have gone through the program, thousands of women we've supported in this group, and you all deserve it. Each and every one of you deserve to have a smile on your face like Tina does right now. I mean, it's so nice to see because the first time I meet you guys, you're trying to be nice and smile, but you're like, some of you are like holding your heads up, or you've got the ice hat on your head, you've got the bag around your neck, and, barely making it. Some of you have a bucket next to you, and you're like, if I throw up, I'll be right back. And so it's so nice to see that happy smile on your face and you enjoying life.
yeah. And
Well,
I thank you and appreciate this program is so worth it.
well, thank you. We want to have a way that we can help everyone. We strive really hard at making sure that for those of you that aren't ready for a program, you have all the resources in this group, and for those of you that haven't checked out this group yet, please go to the guide section. Everyone's always saying there's nothing for free in this group. I don't think we could put anything more in this group that's free. There are trainings after trainings after trainings. They are stage one, they are a generalized support for all of you. And then when you're ready, like Tina, to have something that's more tailored to you, that is going to look at your life, your lifestyle, your health conditions, focus on, knowing you have sleep apnea or whatever else you have going on, then that's when one of our Freedom from Migraine Method programs could be really supportive for you. So if that is something that you're interested in, just comment FFMM below or some variation of that, and we'll make sure that either Kathy or Valentina reaches out to you and gets you some information. Maybe you can even jump on a quick 15-minute call with one of us so we can help move you in the right direction. All right, everybody, thank you so much for being here tonight. Let's take a quick peek at what next week is so you all know. Next week, we're going to be back to our normal time. It'll be Thursday, May 2nd at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. And we will be doing a training next week. And I will announce what that training is in the group probably Monday or Tuesday next week. So make sure you take a look. And if you are interested to hear what the training is going to be, just comment training below and we'll make sure that once we announce that, Valentina and Kathy reach out and let you know. All right, everybody, have a great evening. Here is to your migraine freedom, and we'll see you in the group. Take care, everybody.